guys. I'm ready to show what I got. NBA, here I come, baby. It's now or nothing.
Oh, you gotta love the positive energy in his first NBA game, folks. Happy Halloween here on opening day. I'm Kevin Harlan along with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. Are you as ready as we are? It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Glad you could join us. And tipping off the NBA season, State Farm presents our starting lineups. First, for the Rockets, Jeremy Lin is out there with Harden. And inside at center from Turkey, one of the best defending big men in the game, 7-footer Omar Ashik. Then there's Chandler Parsons. And it's Patterson in at the power forward position. And then for the Detroit Pistons, Knight and Stuckey are manning the backcourt. And playing at center, the 6'11 big man out of Georgetown, versatile scorer, terrific passer, Greg Monroe. Then there's Tayshaun Prince, and it's Maxeel in at the 4 slot.
Detroit is a team that turned some heads early last season. It came out of the gate strong and overall seemed to grow as a unit, particularly in their play at home.
Clark, you mentioned the Pistons at home. They carved out that defensive identity for Coach Lawrence Frank once again, and it helped them put up the 18-15 mark they did here last season. And I like Little General steps out onto the floor, and he's got to be excited. His very first taste of playing time in an NBA game.
He's one of the players who got a ton of attention leading up to the draft, and rightfully so. He's an amazing talent.
Yeah, you know, Steve, he was high on every team's wish list. You knew somebody was going to make him a first-round draft choice, and this is it, his chance to show what he's capable of.
Into Patterson. Oh, the one-hand jam.
And you really don't want to give up too many dunks like that. One is too many.
Oh, yeah, no, certainly you're right. You know, that's making it way too easy for sure.
Yeah, major breakdown defensively. They've got to tighten things up here.
Well, we played just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. Stuckey kicks to Maxeel. How's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
And that's exactly what you call a high-percentage hoop there.
Sure is.
The one-handed throwdown. Gotta love it.
Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
There's no doubting, gentlemen, that Detroit's Rodney Stuckey is a powerfully built guard. Coach Lawrence Frank said he's an attacker. We want him to live in the paint. We want him to get to the free throw line. On defense, we think he can be an elite defender. We want him to show all those gifts. Guys, Coach Frank definitely encouraging Stuckey to be aggressive and assert himself at all times.
Well, he seems to be pushing the right buttons, Doris. Thanks.
It's amazing what Jeremy Lin has had to overcome throughout his career. Always been a winner. In fact, his high school team went 32-1 and won the California state title. And he was even the California High School State Player of the Year and still didn't get a single Division I scholarship offer. Ended up paying his own way at Harvard.
Knight kicks to Stuckey. That's good. The assist that time from Knight. Knight's got 3 assists now in this one.
You know, Kevin, they were a step late on their defensive rotation, and that helped them get right to the rim.
And Steve, you mentioned Harvard, like the other Ivy League schools, no athletic scholarships. Harvard has produced more U.S. presidents than it has NBA players.
Well, that's something to be said about Harvard. Its focus is obviously on providing and producing leaders, and Jeremy went undrafted, Lin did. I mean, mostly rode the bench in his first season and bounced around a little bit, but when the opportunity presented itself in New York, he was ready to take advantage of it, and credit him for that.
Little General gets it to go, and that's not just any basket, folks. Those are his first points here in the NBA.
Well, the thing you always hear about him is just how hard he works. And, you know, he's going to have to go above and beyond to improve his game, but you know he's willing to put in the time.
And, you know, let's be honest here. When you don't have the natural talent or ability of a lot of players in this league, you got to make up for it in other areas through hard work, attitude, effort. And he understands that. You know, for so long and so many years, the Rockets have been built around a dominant center, Kevin, and haven't been a run-and-gun team, an up-tempo team, but last year under new coach Kevin McHale, they ramped up the pace quite a bit.
Clock at 6. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. Back to the Rockets, you see their roster, and they are so athletic. So to make the most of it, they wanted to catch teams in transition a bit more. I thought it was a pretty good way of attacking teams there, Steve.
Yeah, I like what Kevin McHale did a year ago. They finished third in the league in field goals attempted. And so they really tried to attack and force teams to respond to that transition offense. And that's what you have to do, especially when you don't have great...
And a tight game here as we end the first half. Rockets ahead, up by 5. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
The spookiest day of the year, Halloween. It's really not that scary. Not during the 2K Sports halftime report, anyway. The Rockets looking good at the midway point. A win here would propel them above 500 as teams jostle for early position. Outstanding bench production. They've gotten a very nice lift, and that's made a huge difference for them on the scoreboard. And for Detroit's angle, they've been grinding away. They haven't settled on tough shots. They're taking it strong inside. They're getting quality shots and a lot of quantity of those quality shots. Rodney Stuckey making a statement in this one. He's got 10 points, and look at the work he's been putting on the floor in terms of field goal percentage. He is taking quality shot after quality shot. And that's all we got for you here in the studio. Time to send you back out to Kevin, Steve, Clark, and Doris for the start of the second half.
One 10 left in the third quarter. Feeds to Monroe. Back to Stuckey. Pass to Monroe. Here's English. Shot clock at 6. Monroe. Little General corrals the miss inside.
Well, neither team has really gained an edge rebounding-wise here in the score. Wow, what a throwdown. Yeah.
Look at that athletic play. Incredible.
Wow.
He's a bit short for the power forward spot, but his great leaping ability more than makes up for it.
Special thanks to Sprite for that sweet replay. Dishes it to Stuckey. He feeds it to Dave. 32 seconds left to play in the third. And Craig Monroe with the slam. And here are the Rockets now. 4-point game. And it's their first look at this year's Pistons here for the first game of the NBA's 82-game regular season.
Well, some called their series last year kind of a measuring stick for which conference was the better one, and they represented their conference pretty well.
"16 feet away. They get it again. And Singler kicks to Stuckey. No good trying to beat the buzzer. And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. Rockets lead by 4. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from the Palace of Auburn Hills.
No better show in town than the Rockets. Come out and join the excitement. Single game tickets are available to make sure you see Little General take on the opposition. So come out and welcome our sensational new rookie.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Who's had the Sprite uncontainable game in this one? Well, let's send it out to our Doris Burke. Doris?
Hi, guys. The uncontainable game today came from the Houston Rockets. Some games a team can catch all the breaks, and they have made the most of everything that's been given to them. Great effort so far, guys.
All right, Doris, thanks. Harden against Bynum. Harden outside. Here's Little General. Six on the shot clock. To the inside. A Sheik. And that's an intentional foul. And a different look here for the Pistons. Greg Monroe, he's checked in for Villanueva. Maxio comes in for Urebko. Rodney Stuckey's checked in for Corey Maggette. And it's Brandon Knight in for Will Bynum. And an intentional foul right there. First free throw is good, and that increases their lead to 6. So he gets them both, and it's a 7-point game.
Just making it look easy at the line and making their lead look a little more comfortable, too.
Knight dishes to Stuckey. Connects! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Great move to get to the bucket and lay that one in. He's got the softest touch around the basket. Impressive.
And they go to the intentional foul. Good on the first, and that increases their lead to 6. Second one is good. Hitting both at the line, and it's a 7-point game. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Lawrence Frank coaching his team during that last break. He rallied the troops, saying nobody said it was going to be easy. They're not laying down. They're not going away. If we want this game, we have to take it from them. Kevin, plenty of fire in that speech.
Here's Bynum. No good there. So we see the Rockets get the win here. It was a solid win, Clark.
Yeah, it was, and I think it came down to will more than skill. They went out and got this one.
That'll do it for now. For Doris Burke, Steve Kerr, and Clark Kellogg, and the rest of the 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us.
With your first ever NBA game behind you, what does the future hold for you in this league?